Speedrunner.
Trying to be like an archaeologist
Exactly.
or something. You know what I mean?
We meet again. Fancy meeting you here.
That's all one game.
Fucking love it.
Best house Quibble Quest.
Anyway.
The best game of all time.
Okay, to be fair, Quibble Quest sounds like a sick game. I'm sorry, it's not the game.
Dude, I'm so sad. I got, well, not sad, but it's funny. I'm trying to learn UFO 50 on stick now. The game I thought would be the easiest is the hardest. I thought Valve Race I was gonna like schmoove, and I did. The spells on the stick are like friggin' impossible.
I
swear to God.
I learned
They're
all my
like-
spells on stick, so playing it on anything else feels really weird.
Maybe I can get used to it. I tried to do flight, and I got it one time in like 5 minutes. So I was like, oh, this is not good. Moving is really good though. Like on a stick, you can easily go spam movement.
Yeah.
Forth to generate mana, which is nice.
Seaside on a stick feels fantastic. I don't know if you played that yet, but
Yeah, I tried like I tried to cover all the bases. I did like puzzle, strategy, platform, shmup, and like other stuff. Fist Hell, Velgrass, Seaside Drive. What else felt really good? Camping out. I did. I played one level. I was like, yeah, this is what I would expect.
yeah, I don't think Block Walla moves fast enough that it really matters either way, honestly.
Yeah, not at all.
I think the only game that I
I
played to stick pretty exclusively, like for this and Super Mario World stuff, but I think the only game that's D-pad and keyboard and stuff felt like super better for me on is Star Whisper because of all the super like micro adjustments and stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I really want to learn on stick because I was a stick player for like most of my gaming for a couple years, and then I stopped. It was mostly for Tetris. Like I got really decent at Tetris when I was playing Tetris 99 a lot on a stick. But I was like, I want to copy all the Grandmaster people because some of them use sticks.
Okay, we got Marshmallow's game
And then, like,
live.
I've like thought I wanted
just
to
add
a bunch of
Flicks.
times.
All right. Oh yeah, I can look at the card.
Yesterday,
Oh yeah,
I really
Flick and Vanilla, y'all are good to look at the card.
Until we die and I can like.
Or not Flick, don't look at the card.
I was gonna say, wait a second.
Guri, do not look. Guri can look, Flick do not.
Like it's in such a good location.
You got a lot of people in here right now.
Yeah, I can
It should only be a couple more minutes anyway.
Yeah. We get to see it really soon.
We are live. Hi everyone on stream. I assume volume is good. Can you hear me, Vanilla, and Guri? Okay.
Hello.
Okay, yeah, it looks like it's peaking
It's me
pretty
and
much.
Rashunda.
Almost the exact same volume. Nice, cool. Okay. Flick and Marshmallow, are y'all here?
I'm here.
I see Marshmallow here, but she's muted, so that's okay. Alright, so this is UFO 50 Bingo B-tier playoffs between Flick and Marshmallow. I'll go ahead and have both players mute and deafen now, and we'll go ahead and get the intro stuff out of the way, and I'll give the countdown in the Bingo Sync chat when we're good to reveal the card and actually start.
All right, y'all. Have fun. Yeah, take a deep breath. Have a good time.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck, have fun.
Vanilla's a little quiet.
Yeehaw!
Okay. Let me just turn everyone up then, because I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how to like individually manage people's Discord audio like that.
Sorry, it's my trademark vanilla quietness. It's
No.
because I'm so smooth.
You're good. I just looking in stream, it looks like you should be fine now.
I'm just writing down our general goals, which,
Yes.
if you don't mind, I'll go over when the match starts.
So, for those that haven't seen, this is UFO 50 Bingo. Both of these players are going to be competing to go through 25 goals as fast as they can. Things are slightly different for playoffs. We have a little bit more time, and if it comes down to a tie, whoever gets the next square after that wins. So, if hypothetically it does come down to a 12-12 tie in the regular season, it just would have been whoever got that 12th square first. Right now, it's just whoever gets square number 13 to win. Other than that, just get your squares as fast as you can, and yeah, I'll go ahead and.
There's also a time limit of what 2 hours 15, I believe.
Yes,
is the time limit.
it's 2:15. Typically an hour 45, so we get an extra half hour for bingo for this match.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Okay, and
We have
I'll
a really interesting board here. I'll tell
Yeah.
you that. Very, very interesting.
Yeah, I generated this board and I was like, I cannot wait to see these players race this because this
Oh,
is
man.
very funky.
I actually ought to look at the board properly. I
Yeah.
only glanced
That'll do it.
Okay.
General.
3.
And I will
2,
say, I'm going into this race with a lot of experience watching Flick. Haven't watched Little Miss Marshmallow play before, so I'm curious
Yeah.
how she's going to do. Well, I've watched her play. I've just not commentated on
Yeah.
any of her play.
I've battled against.
Commentated on the... Oh, go on.
Alright, so
Sorry.
no, it's okay. We got to figure out 3 people are going to talk over each other. I think a lot in this, but that's okay. So center square is 10 gifts for the garden is pretty interesting because it's a very big time investment for a pretty important space. 3, 2, 1, go.
Boom, off to the races.
Okay.
After the races.
Woo, let's go.
There's also 2
Going
pilot
to-
quest scores. So pilot quest, as Marshmallow is doing right now, is going to be pretty important time investment, I think.
Yeah,
It's good that Marshmallow is opening this as her first game.
Yeah.
that's what I was looking at too. I saw the 2 pilot quest squares, and I'm like, ooh, that's pretty good.
Yeah. One of them is a very long pilot quest goal, but honestly, if you have the time investment, like, why not later in the match, right? Especially for a match that's going
Exactly.
longer.
You could be talking about either one of these goals, but I do think that making a friend at the crash site can go pretty fast if you just are very lucky.
Yeah. Just simply get the ingots when you need to. Just don't waste your time with these things.
Just go gamble.
Yeah.
Find the chest that Isabella is holding for you. Find the grandma that lets you gamble and stuff.
That's
Hey, you'd
true.
be surprised, you know. I feel like every time I watch a player, they somehow are getting their ingots early on.
Yeah. And it's only 5 ingots for the friend anyway, so it's not like a super big investment, but
Yeah, I found that you rarely have to actually farm the 5,000 moon drops you need to actually make the ingots yourself.
yeah, especially once you go out into the wild area, you can kind of just kill stuff and get lucky and bring back like 5 or 10.
Interestingly, we are generating 100 moon drops to start here on Luminous Marshmallows, and meanwhile,
Flick
Flick's
absolutely
in.
crushed that Velgris goal. Didn't even have time to commentate it.
I know. I was gonna say I didn't even. I was hoping that Flick might have considered going for maybe the 2 keys for a gift, but not the end of the world. Honestly, if you have to come back, at least it's Velgrin.
Yeah, and it would have been interesting to see if he tried to go for the cherry, because we do have 4 cherries that you got to get, but that's a pretty... There's a lot of like big time investments on this board, and then also some pretty fast ones, so...
All right. Oh, Cio, real quick. I just opened up your stream chat saying they cannot see the board. You might have a
Oops.
different window focus.
Oh, no, I
Looking
have
up- looks like a wallpaper or
yeah,
something.
it's the cover for the board. Sorry about that, y'all. Hi, everyone. How's it going?
Yay!
So,
Hi, everybody.
as y'all can see now with the board up, there's 2 pilot square spaces.
There you go.
Collect 10 gifts for the garden. A couple of pretty fast goals, and then a couple of very, very long time investments. So, hope y'all like Pilot Quest, because this is actually probably the most we're going to see it in a playoff game, I would imagine.
This
Yeah,
is topical for. Oh, sorry, Vanilla. Go.
Flick is now opening Pilot Quest, just quickly planting 2 seeds before switching to Blockowalla.
Is going for the
Yeah,
triple
so-
seed start usually faster?
A very interesting start to this match because we got Flick. Flick is a. I was kind of joking about it in the call earlier, but Flick is speedruns mini games. Some people might be familiar out there. Flick, I believe, is the world record holder for Pilot Quest.
Wow.
For what it's worth. So it's kind of cool that we started out with this dynamic where Miss Marshmallow, she opened up Pilot Quest, got a lot of progress before Flick did. So we'll see if that ends up mattering.
Yeah, I'm interested to see, because normally Pilot Quest is a little hard to justify in like an hour 45-minute match unless it's like one of the really quick goals, but
We're here for 2 hours, baby.
yeah, we're here for 2 hours, and
Yeah.
also both spaces are kind of in like decent spots on the board that you want to get, so
I feel like almost certainly we'll see a friend made at the crash site. I don't know if we'll see a ship part returned, but
yeah.
making a friend is easy enough. You just got to give him 1 giant stick of butter.
Meanwhile, Marshmallow going for the pretty fun Mortal 2 goal. Is this a new Mortal 2 goal, or is this just like not shown up for me until like pretty recently?
No, this is just a. It doesn't show up a lot.
Huh.
Yeah, this is been there. Defeat too many bosses without damaging them as the bomber. I wonder what.
So you're right. It doesn't show up a lot, but it's cool.
Yeah, it is an interesting goal. Just we hate the bomber.
Yep. Bomber's a little too good, so let's see what you can do with a gunner.
Botara Murtag is in chat saying that Flick recently lost the pilot quest record to Spooty.
Oh, that's right. I forgot Spoody picked it up
Oh.
and started running it again.
That must be like days old.
Yeah, no, it was like
It's
earlier
hard to
this week, I
guess.
think.
Yeah.
I think Spoody was doing that and then learning the divers speedrun after that, if I remember right.
Flick choosing to go with another oldie but a goodie, nice, reliable, slow block koala. Koala Rana levels. Love the square. Like to see it.
Yeah.
I honestly should know the exact time it takes. 'Cause I do it so many times. I instantly go to this one.
Do you do? I understand everyone else, but do you go back and do level 1? Very...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's way too fast not to, I think.
Yeah. In fact, I was gonna comment on Flick doing level 3. This is an unfortunate pick. Although maybe Flick is like not thinking you can do level 1 again, but you totally can.
I think Flick did
Before-
level 1 again and then just also picked level 3.
Interesting. Okay.
There is a little bit of an advantage if you pick like a pretty slow level that you know how to do at the start of a match. You can kind of just chill and read the board for a second.
That's true.
Because like if you're Marshmallow, you're way too busy focused on like killing this guy to really be able to like figure out what you want to do next. But if you're Flick, like this level's honestly pretty easy. It just takes forever.
And it's a good mental buffer so that you can properly read the board and plan out your next move.
Yeah.
That's why I love Rock On so much. Like the initial caveman one, it's not that fast, but like yeah, you get to read the board a lot, and it's not horribly slow.
Yeah, it's fast enough, and all you have to do is really just hold down a button and kill things.
Okay, well, that's a second goal on board for Flick. Goal. Calling them goals now. Square.
Let me.
I do think that
Go for it.
with the increased time limit,
Boom.
a factor in bingo games that hasn't really been addressed up till now was endurance.
Yeah,
True.
I think so. I know I personally get not like tired by the middle of a match, but like even just trying to figure out exactly what's most optimal for like 2 straight hours is kind of a lot of management to do.
Yeah.
I was totally tired after the end of my match with Morzus.
Yeah.
I could be
I
wrong,
think
but I
that-
think that's like a general amount of time that humans can go without taking like a break. I think it's like 2 hours or something. They actually have like max focus. It might be even less than that, but
Sounds about right.
yeah,
That sounds about right too.
gotta take mental breaks, people.
Meanwhile,
Even
this
in the
mini and
middle of
max
bingo
goal
game.
was very fast. I'm glad to see one of the players going for it right away.
What's this mini and max now? Oh, getting mittens. Yeah, it's pretty fast.
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like taking a reset there. I'm not actually sure what happened. I don't think it looked like he was down that many strokes, but maybe he was going for a specific pathing setup that didn't quite work out. Go
And
for
that's
it.
also a drink for Marshmallow because of the potion that
Yep.
she just got right there. The general,
I believe that is the first drink of the game.
I think so,
Yes,
yeah.
correct.
So it's general 2.
This will also be. Oh no, wait. Gift for mini and max is 100 shinies. Not
Yeah.
Just to speak to communities.
I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't really paying attention as the players got other gifts beyond that, but
It's okay.
We might have gotten one.
yeah. Either way, most of the players tend to check the garden or whatever at some point to make sure they have enough, so we'll sketch it then.
Exactly.
What is going on here?
Marshmallow is
Interesting.
going for the
For the
gift, it
gift.
looks like. I don't know where Flick's going.
Oh,
the
getting
bar
stabbed by
bot.
the little-
Okay.
little
So
knight guy.
Flick's probably going for girl power now, I would guess. I was trying to figure out exactly what golf area was for, and it's the girl power. Oh no, that I'm thinking of.
We have obtained the break, which is what I think Flick is going for, because the brakes are roughly bottom left on that little hill.
Which is
I
where
wonder-
Flick is headed.
I wonder if he's doing a speed run route instead of the kind of like safer go to the checkpoint one. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, 'cause
Because
now he's
what
going
I
to-
would assume the safety is like right near where the camera was. There's that checkpoint hole.
Mm-hmm.
And I usually take that because I'm bad at golf area. But
I had
I
no
know,
clue. in Mini and Max that those guys turned into springs. That's really funny.
I know, I didn't either until I watched someone. I was like, what?
So
yeah,
this,
I watched a guy use them to like bounce NPCs up and like stack them on top of each other and whatnot.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I like that.
I feel like every time I see players play Mini and Max, I learn something about this game, and it's really funny.
It's true, right?
I love
Like-
Mini and Max.
I like it. It's not. It's probably on my
I
bottom
didn't know
tier
you
of
could
games
do
that I
that.
enjoy in bingo, but casually, this game is very, very, very cool.
I feel
Sorry,
like,
okay.
yeah, I didn't know
Go
that
on.
you could just do the square thing that Marshmallow did either. I've always just
I
clung
just
that.
learned that just now.
Oh, she's getting the things to just
The
pay for the
doorknob
door.
open.
Okay. I'm used to
Which
seeing
is
this goal with
very
just the like spam stuff, but this works too.
Interesting.
Kind of a pain to get up there without it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I never did this casually. Like I always got in here by using a butterfly or something, or the green fly.
Yeah.
So honestly, I don't think I personally have seen a player take that route yet, but that wasn't that bad. It seemed
Yeah.
like pretty quick.
I mean, honestly, like if like it was pretty much just as fast as like grabbing the germ and climbing your way up or whatever. I think.
Yeah.
So.
that was kind of cool. I learned something
Felt
new.
even faster to me. Oh,
I wouldn't.
even
I could see it.
nice.
This goal's also really fast. It's only 3 levels of paint chase, and the nice thing about all of these spike mines is they blow up with the boosts that are present in every level. So you end up boosting around all the time anyway.
It's so fun. This is one of my favorite mechanics in the collection. I just
Yeah.
love paint chase a lot casually, and like, oh, these boost pads feel so good. Kill all the Gordos.
Yeah, it took me a while to learn that boosting into the purple also gave you a boost, but once you figured that out, this level's super
Yeah.
clean.
It's so cool. Feels so good.
This is very satisfying.
Yeah.
Right? It's amazing. It's really a testament, genuinely, to how good the game feel and the sound design is, because those purple things don't even have like an animation. They just light up the.
Mhm.
I guess that is technically an animation, but like there's
But,
no
like-
like kinetic energy being shown, and it's still so satisfying feeling. It's really cool.
It really feels like a bumper on an arcade machine,
Yeah.
even if there's like
Yeah.
no other animation to suggest it.
And you can hear the sound in your head, even if it's like I personally can't hear it. I hear it every time she's running into the thing. All right, beautiful stuff by Flick. I was gonna comment earlier. It looked like he finally got his footing on his path to the breaks, getting that as a 3rd square on the board. Marshmallow slowly but surely catching up from the 2-0 deficit, now up to 2, and it looks like she's on good pace to continue to even up this game.
We are headed back into Pilot Quest though.
Yep, 4
but-
seeds now.
That's some
Arby's is
good
not
seed
open
buying.
yet.
Call him 4 seed Flick.
I kind of like this longer format because you're sort of starting to see Pilot Quest like played the way it was meant to be played, where you just kind of dip into it for a second, then dip back
Yep.
out.
Yeah, and then go out.
No, I
Yeah,
think
this
you're
has been
right.
this has been a great time for Pilot Quest.
Yeah.
Going into Lords of Disconia now.
You do make a very good point, CO, though. Like, I didn't think about that until just now, but it's so true. There are a lot of games that I'm starting to see more in the league just as a result of the way that
The
the
new
rules are set up now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, that's honestly cool, and that's, like, one of the biggest ones. You're so right. Like, Pilot Quest matters more now than it did before. Long goals in general
Yeah.
matter
more
a little
now.
bit more.
Yeah, you're definitely, like, if you've watched the playoffs, you're seeing a lot of the players that are, like, going for longer goals while getting shorter goals, like, pretty much being the entire difference in matches.
Props to Matt. This is all very well thought out.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So,
Shoutouts to Matt.
Shout outs to Matt.
shout-outs to Matt.
We are in Quibble Race. Awesome. This
And
is
I know
for
Blackout
gold
just
tips.
died.
Oh, you'd be proud of me, Vanilla. I no joke, I haven't never opened Quibble Race in a bingo game before, practice or league or whatever. And we were doing the spicy bingo practice 2v2s, me and Val versus Matt and Canvas, and they had tough race, and I just did it on a whim, and I freaking did it.
Nice.
Nice.
So I was shocked. Like, Quibble Race isn't as scary as I thought. As I was saying that, great stuff to Little Miss Marshmallow. She ended up getting that even Colt goal beautifully. Very fun goal, in my opinion, for Paint Chase as well.
Very
My
cool
favorite
as well.
Paint Chase
Oh,
square.
and the meat shop is now open.
All right, and dipping out into the wild. So as we were
Marshmallow,
mentioning, the wild can be very helpful for just gathering ingots like really, really quickly.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You never know when you'll get lucky. Find a get shot in the face.
Making an
shouldn't
unfortunate hit over there.
shouldn't be the end of the world. Okay, we have a Zoldnak. That's
Doesn't
gold.
want to. Oh, nope. Oh.
Not butter. We're looking for a stick of butter.
I know what she's looking
Oh.
for.
May said I thought Marshmallow had missed a spike on one level. I was kind of like casually paying attention and I thought they got all of them, but I guess I wasn't watching like super closely to confirm.
I was also watching kind of casually. They looked as if they missed a spike on one level and then redid it.
Okay.
I will confirm. I will look at the VOD.
Thank you.
Thanks.
No problem.
It is quick enough to do like 4 levels of paint chase instead of 3 in that time, but Guri's gonna check just to make sure.
Shoutouts to Val, by the way, who told me you could do this. I didn't know that this was a thing that you could watch VODs of streams that were already going on.
Oh yeah, it's nice.
Like-
It's just kind of hard to get to because Twitch is not great about navigating anything.
I know. I'm like, wait, where is it though? Because I see 6 months ago.
If you click on videos,
Oh,
it
yeah.
should be the one that's like still going.
Yep, I see it. It auto sorts it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Twitch, for auto sorting it by default. Whatever
Yep.
the hell that means.
You know, default. The way it's always.
Like,
Okay, we are now in Disconia and Magic Garden respectively.
Probably for some quick cherry for Magic Garden. I guess.
all right. I mean, I checked that level. There's no spikes left.
There's a health potion on the board.
Yeah, they're good.
Oh, probably just.
So-
I think it's a drink rush right now. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
It was the spikes that we were asking about, correct? Because I don't see any spikes on screen for.
Yeah,
all
it
players,
was-
So.
I think May said it was the second to
Marshmallow.
last race.
Yep. Yeah, that was clear too. They're
Okay.
both clear.
Cool.
So
Thank you for checking.
they're all clear. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm just amazed that's a feature still. It's pretty cool. I guess that's their way of like having an advantage where I would always say I like Twitch, but YouTube technically has an objective advantage in the fact that you can scroll through the the video. I guess that's the closest thing you're gonna get on Twitch.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Frank? Oh no, sorry. I had the chance to go for the potion just now, but he didn't.
Interesting.
We are also in here for have 5 enemy discs drowned, but so far the only drowned disc has been one of Click's, unfortunately. Oh no, there's one.
Yeah, might have just missed the first drink, honestly.
That was also a 4th drink for Little Miss Marshmallow just now. We're
Yeah.
now going to Valbrace for, I assume, you know. a
I always forget how fast the drink is in
Yeah.
Valbrace.
Very quick. Yeah.
It's very quick. There's one right here on the first level.
Yep. You're gonna go up, fight these guys through the door, take a right, then you're at the chest, walk up to him, stab him in the face, and then take the red potion.
So, did
Oh,
either of
yeah.
you start to play Valbrace without a map and then realized quickly that you needed one?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
casually?
Yeah. It's
I
like,
never actually made one casually. Surprisingly, I did it for Barbuda, but I did not for Valbrace. I did write down all the spells on my own graph paper though.
nice. Yeah, I made
But
the map for Barbuda and I got to like floor 2 or 3 of Valbrace, I think, before I was like, yeah, I just need a map. These floors are huge now.
Oh yeah, I just started using one on. Oh, that's 2 drowned discs for. What?
another
Drowned
one
of-
of his units. That's funny.
Mystify.
Yeah, they are pretty big floors. For me, the thing that I did, and I'm sure a lot of others did, was I think for the first 2 dungeons, like it was straight up until like I was at the end of the hive, I was extinguishing every single torch because I was like, oh, surely if I do this, something cool is gonna happen at the end of each floor. And I come to find out, no, that just makes the
No.
game harder.
Yep.
So, not even harder, but like more annoying in some ways. Just up the
It's 3.
Yeah.
the encounter rate.
I was I was starting to use like lighting and extinguishing torches as like a way for me to figure out where I had been before. But I was like, if I'm getting
that's
to
cool.
if I'm getting to that point of the game, I might as well just like kind of use a map. But I was proud of
That's so
myself for
smart, though.
remembering like if I go down the unlit path, I've already been there or something like that.
Think about
That's
how epic and
genius.
in character it is.
Hey, Donk is on screen.
Also, Dunk is on screen.
Yeah,
Little
Dunk is
Miss
on screen.
Marshmallow crushing that beverage's goal. Immediately proceeding to hyper contender for win 4 fights in a row without rematches on default ring settings. This one can be a doozy.
If there's one thing we know, it's a good drink.
This one like can be a doozy, or you can get it done in like 6 minutes.
I'm not a hyper contender gamer, so I'm gonna have to trust you on that.
So
No, I think Sio's right.
I
Yeah.
like I've done a
It's a
decent
weird
amount
one.
of hyper contender and got pretty lucky for like a speedrun time, but most of the time this I don't know if y'all ever played Smash Bros Melee's like coin mode specifically.
Yep.
But
Oh,
that's
yeah.
like exactly what this reminds me of, and I played that kind of a lot. So
No, yeah, 100%. Because I've heard you mention this on commentary before. It's a good way to describe this game in general.
yeah,
Like,
and
I
especially
forgot
with
about
like
play mode.
especially with Sephi. Sephi's kind of the main character I use, and she's got a good mix of like actually being able to move without some weird gimmick, and then
100%.
also having a projectile, which is nice.
True.
Well, all right, wonderful. Another little alt tab over to mark
Oh,
off the
that's
square from Flick.
Nice.
Okay, so
Going back
Flick.
to Pilot Quest.
has a square up, obviously, over Marshmallow right now, which is whatever. What's more scary is the starting column 2 bingo.
Yeah.
Because Porgy defeat a boss camp and I'll have 20 lives. Those are not that long. If it comes down to a cherry race, this could be serious business. But
Mhm.
we'll see how this goes.
It's a serious business already, I'd say.
Yeah. True, it's been serious business since the beginning, yeah.
Both players are playing really well. I've commentated on a couple of Little Miss Marshmallow's matches before, but she's doing really well in this one, I would say.
Yeah, this is
100%.
a good. Both players seem pretty even going for stuff. I am a little scared about that column 2 bingo, though. I hope Marshmallow sees that soon and is able to kind of work to block it.
This should be
She
the
probably does.
fight.
Hopefully.
It might be one more after this.
I think it's 5, so I think we have 2 more for draft mode, correct?
It's just beat for or without rematches, right? So it'd just be after this one.
Oh, okay. So I'm thinking
This
of
will be the
the
last one.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the draft mode.
Yeah, when you see level 5, if you've not rematched, you're good. The one good thing about this goal, though, is if you do, like, I'm going to wait until after this match before I say this statement.
Yeah, that's
Because I have commentary, but I'm not trying to commentator's curse on it for nothing.
Oh, I am. I'm always trying.
Okay, now that the coin's
Hey,
collected,
there it is.
if you were to theoretically lose match 4, you
Boom.
still are able to get that goal if you just win 5, 6, 7, and 8 again. So there's the one benefit is if you happen to lose that like right in the middle, you could just kind of go for the gold. It's obviously harder, but there's like a
could do
little
it.
bit of a
But
failsafe
yeah.
there.
You could.
Oh, big treasure
Tesla.
chest.
Lens.
Oh my god. Very good call to
Oh,
dip into
yeah.
this treasure room.
Okay,
This is
interesting.
the goal for Flick.
You got 40 seconds to get back.
No way are we doing the
No, I think you got a
good
little
part
lost.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna go fight Robo Woman.
Actually, can Flick still make it back?
There,
Yeah.
For 30 seconds?
Yeah,
he can.
100%.
He's just got to be really careful on the way back. That bubble is coming
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That,
If he gets it once, he's cooked. But like,
yeah.
I'm sure he's fine. Yeah, we're baiting out Fester over here. Goodbye, Uncle Fester.
Meanwhile, Marshmallow going for a pretty fast caramel goal. I've never actually like done this one, but also you like don't super need the camera a lot of the time when you're like casually playing caramel.
Yeah,
God.
it just helps with the ghosts, honestly.
Yeah.
Like,
8
and
ingots. All right.
damage output.
Well, there's the friend.
Boom. Friend has been made.
I appreciate that he talked to the friend also to make
Yeah,
sure
for
that he
the
was
whistle.
actually.
Because it's cute. It's a nice whistle.
I was gonna say, unironically, can we change that to like talk to a friend at the crash site? That's way cuter.
It is much cuter.
You should.
Oh, that's better. Straight up, we have power crept bingo square. This is awesome. Ooh, Porgy time, boss. Yeah, okay. So we are doing what we're thinking about. We want to rush column 2. Ooh, interesting. This might get hairy soon then for Marshmallow. And might I say, I commented on this earlier in the match. I haven't commentated over Marshmallow's matches before. I've seen her play maybe once or twice. She's like insane. I mean, she started out 2 squares down. She evened it out. The pacing she has and analyzing quick goals is really good.
Yeah, I feel like pretty much everyone in all the tiers, but I've been in B tier, so I've kind of gotten to watch everyone in B tier grow like since the first week, and it's been honestly really cool to see because I feel like at the beginning of the season everyone was still like figuring out most of the games, and now not only is everyone pretty comfortable with everything, like I don't really. Like, especially in B tier, it seems like players are kind of just down to play whatever is most strategic.
Please.
Please.
Yeah.
Lamia Strix
The
again.
boss for this stage of Caramel is so cute.
Yes, I love this guy. Like
I love
Ghost
Caramel
Train.
Some
Caramel.
people,
It's so hard. Go on.
Some people will probably know my my distaste for the Porgy boss goal, and Flick is showing why this goal drives me insane.
You
Is rough.
You don't love
It's not even
diving
that
down
bad,
for
but,
RNG
like-
and just hoping that she shows up in a spot you can actually kill her?
Yeah. It's mostly that, like,
Meanwhile, Marshmallow down with Caramel. That was very clean, very fast.
Very nice. Now beginning to threaten Bingo in column 4.
Also, can we just talk about 12 spaces in 25 minutes? That's wild.
yeah,
Crazy.
it's
my
actually
gosh.
crazy.
Hold on. If this could be the double play here.
For Jimmy Campanella, right?
Yeah, for Little Miss
Yeah.
Marshmallow, she could
Yeah.
get 20 lives and 20,000 points and block the column 2 bingo as well as contributing to her own bingo. in
Exactly.
column 4.
Yeah, this is a
would
Yeah,
be-
you beat me to it.
very smart square.
100%. Obviously, you're taking the risk. But she's so confident and smart that she's able to, I guess, calculate this risk. I couldn't, but I would be scared that Flick is already in Campanella for some reason at this point. I guess it's kind of a crapshoot. If you're thinking, are they going to do the boss or 20 lives?
Yeah.
Boss is probably quicker. Maybe. I'm not a Porgy head, so.
Boss
I
is quicker, but you have to, like, I think Flick's in a good spot now because he's got a torpedo upgrade and he's over here at the spawn that actually you can kill her fast. But
Yeah. We have to get busters though, right? Buster torpedoes still.
I don't think you like have to, but they do more damage and they're like right down here, so I don't really know why you wouldn't, honestly. Like,
Yeah,
I'm sure if you
exactly.
got like incredible, I did not even know that torpedo was there.
Oh no! Wait, we're going back up. Go get the buster torpedoes. Oh, but maybe we're going back for more upgrades and stuff.
Remind me, in Campanella, is it 1 life per 1,000 points strictly?
I think it's 2,000. I don't actually remember offhand. It's very often, but you do have to do pretty well in the bonus game. The bonus games are very important for these bonus live goals because you kind of rack up a lot more points than you would in the normal, even like enemy heavy levels.
Yeah,
Little Miss Marshmallow is crushing this.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh,
It's
unfortunately,
important to remember with the Campanella bonus game. I could be wrong on this, but I'm fairly confident that this is the case. That they bounce in certain places, so you kind of try to memorize where the angles sort of are in their designated bounce spots for the crystals. At least that's what I do. It helps me like set up in certain places because I know that these ones are gonna come here. They bounce like this like every single time.
That makes more sense. My strategy is just to wing it and hope that I watch the DVD logo bounce in the corners too many times.
Well, that's exactly it. Because I don't think they can go in a corner exactly. That would be super satisfying. Maybe maybe it's possible.
They
I
never
haven't
do,
seen it.
or at least I've never seen it, but that would be so awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, not getting the coffee on this.
Hopefully it's not a big deal.
It's just my favorite, like, first world coffee because, like, it's right there in the spot where you would totally expect it to be.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Now maybe it's safety. I would maybe consider hitting all these enemies in here, like the green circles. Those are two hits a pop. So
Yeah.
That's free. That's free low, as they say.
Yeah, definitely at least kill these orange guys because they're super slow and 100 a pop.
These Japanese cookies. As I
Yeah.
think of them. They
Also,
look like
canvas
the-
says it is every 1k, so yeah, definitely just point grind when you can.
Let me see. Thank you, Canvas.
Thank you, canvas.
Shoutouts.
Shoutouts, even. Okay, so Little Miss Marshmallow is, almost halfway over his goal. Where did my pen go?
Yep. We're at 12 lives out of 20. We have, I didn't see the score immediately, 12,500. So we're a little bit over halfway to the points goal as well. Yeah, I mean, you guys were right. This is a very smart play.
When each player gets their respective goals, this will also be a gift for both of them.
True.
True.
Getting all of the green coins there, very nice.
This is
So
a
let's see.
clean Campanella. I hate the coffee in this stage, by the way.
I always
yeah.
forget where it is.
It's
right above
it's
the
in the
water.
most annoying spot it could possibly be in.
Yeah, it's right above the water in that little nook. Huh?
Yeah.
I messed this one up too, and I don't know why. I always like fall into the water. I don't know why. I'm just not holding the button when I'm going over there.
Yeah.
It's very difficult because if you hold the button too much, then you will crash into the wall.
Yep, you hit your head on the ceiling.
Meanwhile, Flick does have Lamia exactly where he wants her, but doesn't have a ton of fuel, so is probably going to have to go up and just bank this damage.
Oh yeah, unfortunately.
For those that don't know, Porky Bosses save your health when you go back, so if Flick wants to, he can... Flick wants to, thank you. You can go back, save this health. Lamia's not going to be there, probably, but she will have that like chunk of health taken off whenever you see her next, so...
15 lives, 15k points on the scoreboard for Marshmallow. She's getting dangerously close to getting a double square at this point, which is probably gonna shock Flick if I was him.
Yeah.
It would be very shocking, however, I will say, that would be so awesome. I want to see it.
Right? I mean, I do want to see it. You want to see fierce competitions.
Speaking of double squares, did y'all see me and Smo's match where she got like the best Devolution seed ever and got the cleared the board with 20 pieces remaining and 6 villagers gold at the same time?
I did, because I remember I was hearing you comment on it. You were like, "Oh yeah, I didn't get any cannons." Like, thanks, awesome. That's how it goes, though.
Yeah.
And I love Devolution. I practice it like a decent
No,
amount.
I do too. It's a fun one. You kind of just gotta roll with the RNG sometimes, but I feel like it makes for really good bingo, especially if you are like really quick at it.
It does. I've been doing it for the 2 levels thing, or 4 levels, because I mean, well, if my 4 levels one is not great, but 2 levels in Devolution can be done in like 40 seconds
Actually
max.
faster
So.
than people think, yeah.
Yeah.
This is another one of those levels, those camp levels, where I always forget where the coffee is.
Me
Okay,
too.
meanwhile,
There's
Sorry,
20k,
I
just
heard my
needs one
family
more
member.
life.
They were leaving after Easter brunch.
everyone's got Easter brunch today.
It's a big thing here, at
I
least.
didn't know.
Yeah.
I did not know it was such a big thing. That's interesting, because it's
Yeah.
also pretty big in the Philippines.
There's 20
It's just
lives
an
and
excuse for us
20k.
to have some food.
Boom, boom.
Oh my god, that is nuts. Oh, wait. We did do the. Are we doing the 20k points? I'm not seeing it marked off.
Okay, there.
20 points.
Okay, this happened to me also. There's a chance that Marshmallow didn't actually see that Campanella goal.
Oh.
Where she
But I
was.
mean, they can.
Yeah,
Oh, she can mark it off whenever.
yeah. I mean,
You know what?
still
I think I know what
hers.
you're saying.
But
I think she probably might have seen it, and just not like not registered it. Maybe we'll see her look at the goal in a little bit and go, oh, I did get that.
Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't get sniped at some point. It'd be a weird one to get sniped at the 20.
Yeah. Well, and like the hardest part now is because she backed out right after. Like she didn't even have the leaderboard saved for it, so she can't even just like dip into the leaderboards to see. But it could also be on purpose. But
it could be, man. That's true.
True.
It's funny. I feel like we've seen enough of that in the past 3 days, though, where people would be terrified of doing it.
You'd think so. Double Bug Hunter on screen is pretty fun.
Yeah, this is Double Bug Hunter going right now. We are in here for a completed job with your energy maxed out. Flick going for the block on the impending column 4 bingo.
Old Bunton.
Oh, yeah. And that was a gift for Marshmallow.
Oh yes.
Wow, this is going to be really scary. What once was Flick's position to command with column 2 is kind of shifting into the power of Marshmallow here. Like, this is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Bug Hunter race. I like to see it, even though I have no music. It's sad now. But...
Flick got bombarded and apparently also has, the Phaloris, so this might be it.
Yeah, this is kind of like you just gotta put your shoulders up, shrug, and be like, well, what are you gonna do? I mean, Bug Hunter. Sometimes you start and you get Phaloris Bombard combo. Like, there's just not much you can do about it. That's just the luck of the draw.
Still might be in a position to win this.
I don't think it's impossible.
It's gonna kind of depend on where the guys spawn, I guess, but
Flick is very much ahead, though.
yeah.
We're over like 40% lead over Marshmallow right now in this particular square.
Yeah, that's a rough spawn for Marshmallow.
You know, the Bombard icon is funny. I always thought it was like a lighthouse for some reason, but it's clearly a block with like what's supposed to be an explosive thing. But it looks so much like an eyeball.
It looks so much like a lighthouse.
Like, you can see where I'm kind of coming from.
Yeah,
like,
I can.
I do see it, totally.
And I'm like, oh, lighthouses are tall. They look at things, right?
Marshmallow taking a reset.
You can quote me on that. Lighthouses are tall.
There you go. That's the job. Good job, Flick.
That's the job.
That's disgusting. Oh, it's Sauron. I like that. Yeah.
Disgusting.
Dang. That was foul. This is why Bombard is not okay.
Yeah. I got carried for like half of my cherry run with Bombard, so. Alright, and that's one gift for
Flick. I don't know what game. Oh no, it's in Bug Hunter.
It's a completed job in Bug Hunter, yeah.
That is one gift for Marshmallow as well. Okay, my count's right. Awesome.
Okay.
Wow, very big deal of Flick getting that there. That could have been a lot different, but Bombard, dude, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Girl power time.
It is girl power time. I don't think there are any bingos available to either player.
The bottom row for Marshmallow, I was just looking at that. But that's a pretty big investment. She does have the space, but
top row for Flick. So once again, like the rest of this match, both players are like parallel.
Yeah.
Like on the opposite side of the board. We went column 2, column 4. Now we're going row 1 to row 5. So.
Smartly though, we are going girl power in order to blocks. No way.
Meanwhile, I think Flick is going for beat 4 levels in 5 games. I think that's the reason they're in Kit Club right now.
Sounds about right to me. Yep.
The Kit Club gift is like beat half the game, right?
It's Track World, I think.
Yeah.
That's another gift for Marshmallow.
Okay.
Oh, so okay. So Barbara is confirming in chat. I'm not the only person that thought that this was like a tower of sorts. Okay, I'm not completely alone.
We might also be seeing levels here with Little Miss Marshmallow, which
That's
is
true. Mooncat does count for that.
Flick with the speed tech. They call him Kick Flick.
They call him Kick Flick. Wait, that's it.
Kick Azure.
That's one credit towards 4 levels. We're now going into Campanella.
Beautiful.
It would be extremely unfortunate I don't think it's gonna happen, but it would be extremely unfortunate for Flick to snipe Little Miss Marshmallow on this goal that she's already done. I don't think it's gonna happen though, really. It's
Yeah,
too-
I think this is probably just
Probably
for
not.
levels and then quitting out.
Yeah, you can tell if we're using the warps, surely we're going for levels only, right? Or did we use a warp? I don't even know. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
No,
he
no
used the
warp
warp
have
to.
been-
He's definitely just trying to beat levels quick, I think.
Wait, I'm
Is it-
conflating my own brain. Do the warps count as beating a level?
Are we
Yes.
talking about Campanella?
Yeah,
Yes.
okay. I just had a brain fart for a second where I thought maybe they didn't. I'm like, hold on, have I been doing this wrong?
No, but Flick didn't take any warps.
Okay.
Okay, we are now in Mooncat.
Camp a Mooncat.
Isn't it charming how creature-like Mooncat looks?
Yes.
I agree. I like the subtle, and I truly mean this. I don't know if I'm imagining things, but I like the subtle, like, this sounds so strange, examples of, like, biodiversity. Because, like you can see the eggplant guys have these weird, like, the white pearls or whatever on them. Mooncat has it. The fish in Velgress have them. I think the guys in Planet Zoldath, you could argue, kind of have it going on their back. Some sort of bumpy looking, like, thing is on a lot of creatures in UFO 50. Maybe that's just me making it up, but
No,
that's what I choose to see.
I totally get what you're getting at, because it's like, it feels very organic, because in a way the creature designs feel realistic for that, because they have certain, like, shared traits, like, across, like, different locales. Okay,
Yeah.
wait, that's another gift for Marshmallow. Did Marshmallow get 4 levels in Mooncat?
I think
I believe
so.
so.
If you take the
No, I
first
think
one-
she got the 2 intro screens and then got the warp and then quit out. So I don't think she actually got the levels for it.
Oh,
Okay,
really?
so that was just a gift. Marshmallow is now rushing gifts, which is very interesting. We are now at 4 gifts for Marshmallow and 2 gifts for Flick.
Somehow every time I play Mooncat, I end up doing more than I mean to, and I'm literally actively counting. I'll be like, all right, let's scream 4, and I go out, and it's like, levels seen 7. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I wish Mooncat didn't count levels seen. It's such a weird thing to track.
It is such a weird thing. I'm assuming the intent is to subtly push you into the other paths on a casual playthrough. Like, oh, I've double checked everything. I've seen every level in the game, but it's saying level seen, so maybe there's more to see. That's my
Yeah.
thought process. But
Makes
Hold
sense.
on. So Little Miss Marshmallow got a hole in one in ping pong just now. Yes. I assume that's why we dipped out in and out. This would put us at 5. Level seed 7. Okay, so that's 3, 4 levels for Flick.
I will be right back. I'm getting a phone call. One second.
No problem.
Oh.
Isn't the Star Whisper gift kind of long?
Feel better?
I think so, yeah.
Let me know.
Thank
Interesting.
you.
Uh-huh. It's playoffs.
Mhm.
We're in Buffalo now.
I assume Wasper is just for the gift. The Star Wasper gift is just get to 10x multiplier, so it's pretty fast.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. I don't
Okay, that would make
personally.
sense.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you're just going for eggs, just spam guys here. There's 7, 8, 9, and 10.
10.
That last G kind of hang there for a sec, but that's okay.
That's 6 gifts for Marshmallow. Meanwhile, we are doing Block Koala for the levels goal, which is interesting. I don't think I see that very often.
Yeah, I mean, block koala levels can be kind of fast. I like accidentally did block koala as my levels goal the first time this showed up for me on a board, but
I think, yeah, if you do know the route, then it can be pretty fast.
yeah, and Rank in chat just mentioned he already had 2 levels from the beat 2 levels as the pink koala, so
True. That is a 7th gift for Marshmallow. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yeah, it was 7.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm back.
Oh,
Welcome back. We're in Block Koala.
Woo!
And that's 4 levels for Flick. Going into Ping Golf now. And Cyber Owls.
2 games I love. Very fun. Girl
Yeah.
power time, maybe.
probably just gonna also parlay this into a pin golf cherry, I would imagine. Nope, doesn't want to play pin golf right now, I guess.
Was that the gift for Flick?
Doesn't want to play ping golf. That's the first time I've heard that.
It's the first time I've said that, so.
It's not, but ping golf is going to be like one of the most popular.
Yeah, and especially on this board where you're gonna potentially need 4 cherries, it's once you know the route, a pretty safe cherry. And there's the gift.
And it's the gift for Flick. I'd be surprised if we don't stay in it for just 3 more levels. And stay.
I love this rescue minigame, although it is very hard for me.
I do too. I heard that this goal for the rescue minigame might get slightly altered where you have to play as every owl and rescue people, which I think will be really interesting.
Yeah, because people usually just do like rescue with Huxley or what was it?
It's
Octavio, right?
usually Huxley or Octavio, I think. But a couple of the other owls have some pretty cool stuff. Like, I didn't know that the stealth owl actually is able to like go invisible for parts of it and like sneak around and stuff.
Oh yeah, I saw that recently.
Yeah, I was watching
Great.
Karma practice it. She's really good at the rescue minigame stuff.
Gwen and Huxley are very
Shout out to
powerful,
Yeah.
but Angle is my favorite.
Huxley is my favorite, but it has nothing to do with gameplay. I must admit. So we
Huxley
seem
is
to
cool.
need big bell race for
A gift.
yeah.
You getting a race done? Check it out. They're flying to the right, then they're going down to the left, and then they're going up to the right, and then they're going down to the left.
You forget, one of them is doing it faster than the other people.
That's true. Okay, that's the gift. Get me the hell out of Big Bell Race. Into Rakshasa.
I forget who mentioned it. I think it was May in the bingo chat, where Big Bell Race is an interesting like gauge of how far you've come along as a bingo player. Because I feel like when you're starting off in bingo, you're like, all right, it's a nice safe cherry, it's some good levels, and then you start to play it more, and you're like, it's maybe not the best game for levels, and it's fun.
That's a
but
great point.
Oh yeah. And then you realize it's actually not a very good game for Cherry at all. However, I am a Big Bell defender until I die. I love Big Bell Race.
Oh,
That's
it's
fine.
fun. It's just it's like more risky
it's
than
not
you would
good for
expect it to
bingo.
be.
Just don't make me give my opponents a head start lap, please. It will be all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the goal is awful.
From Big Bell defender to the goal was awful instantaneously.
Okay, we're going for the
Sure.
Marshmallow's on her last gift, and it looks like we're going for the Rakshasa gift, which is Raid.
Yeah, I mean, when there's 10 gifts in the garden, you kind of gotta do at least like 1 or 2 that you're maybe not as comfortable with.
Yep.
I feel like you could at least still. The Waldorf gift is still there.
The Waldorf gift is still there. Honestly, the Velgrass gift is still there. That's just 2 keys, right? That's not even like a full cherry.
Yes.
So
Depending on the type of player you are, though, I would rather do this than the Belgrass one, because I personally am not confident in Belgrass.
I
yeah,
guess it actually just depends on like preference. And,
But
like,
yeah, that is a quick one.
yeah, some very clean pin golf here, by the way.
oh.
And,
I
the
think
rock.
this will also be the levels goal for. Am I right?
Yeah, the levels
so.
goal for pin golf is pretty straightforward. I do kind of agree. I saw someone mention that if we have the levels goal for Big Bell Race being that you have to beat the levels, I do think counting the levels in pin golf, if you get under par, should probably be like balanced out against it.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I didn't.
Yeah, because that way, like, you're still probably gonna get like 8 to 10 levels in here, depending on how good you are at pin golf. But it does require you to actually like
Try.
Yeah. Or alternatively, just make it so big ball raise counts if you like finish the levels or whatever. But 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Okay, and that will be the. This is definitely already the levels goal. Yeah.
Wow. Good stuff to flick with the pilot quest early on, because if he did not get that top left square, that would have been really scary having a diagonal that strong. But
also, I think it's
good
safe
old
to
pilot
say
flick.
Marshmallow has not seen that Campanella goal, or at this point maybe saw it, but now doesn't remember if she actually got 20k.
Yeah, I think you're right, sadly. I think you're sadly right.
Minus 11, good job. And that's cherry number 2. Dipping into Mortal for quick cherry number 3.
We have entered the 4 cherry block of Bingo League, as you know, which you know, the square somewhat reads cherry pin golf, Mortal 2, and 2 other games.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, if
Ward
we
off
can
if
see
you're
some variation in those 2 other games. You could cherry Night Manor.
Oh yeah, no, I mean halfway. There are actually like, you have a bit more flexibility with this than you might think, depending on your comfort level. Sorry, I hit my mic. I apologize.
No, you're good. Marshmallow is in Pilot
Sorry,
Quest and going deep for ship part now, it looks like.
I think Marshmallow can get it. This is the ideal dungeon to hit for that at this point in the game. Lots of energy.
It still has...
You gotta look for the silly flower guy that raises his arms. Whee!
Whee!
I didn't know what to do with that guy at first, and then I attacked him immediately, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't have done that. And then...
Like, you thought he was like an NPC. Like,
yeah. Well, I thought it was like a
Yeah,
mini-boss or something, and then I was like, oh no, you're definitely here to help me, and I just attacked you out of nowhere, sorry.
Oh yeah, I accidentally hit that guy once, and he was like, he never forgave me.
True.
Which is fair, because it's not nice to hit people.
I was gonna say, if I walked into someone's house and just hit them out of nowhere, I would not expect to be forgiven, so...
Okay, this should be the boss right here.
Close enough. Something happened to me once when I'll never forget this. I was driving with my friend in high school once. This guy Jake I used to know. We were just riding around one day, and he throws out a peace sign to somebody as he's walking by. As they're walking, like driving up to a red light. Within 5 seconds, his window is rolled down. The guy runs up to the window and punches my friend in the face because he thought they flipped him off.
What?
I'm not even kidding. He did the peace sign. We rolled up to the red light. The next thing I knew, I heard "oh" in the back, and I looked. He punched my friend in the face. He punched him in the face and then ran away.
What the fuck?
Like, no,
That's
because he
wild.
thought he flipped him off. He was like, that's for flipping me off, Jeff. Like, I was like, all right, that's why you never put finger symbols outside of the window ever again.
Yep.
Never do it.
It's a riskier move than I thought it would be.
It was just, he was literally throwing out a peace sign. Like, we were having a good day, and it was a beautiful sunny day out. He was like, ah.
Yay, peace. But no, there was no peace.
No peace, only pain. So, sad.
Okay, so we have
Misunderstandings
got
happen.
we've got the ship part and our en route to the cherry.
Yeah, just gotta figure out how to get out of this dungeon, it looks like, and it should be good.
Just go back the way you came.
And that is Mortal 2.
Nice.
Ladies
That
and
is
gentlemen.
a second cherry district click.
And then Waldorf for another quick cherry. Was that the second or third cherry? That was 3, right?
That was 2, I believe, right? What was the other one? I have Pin Golf, Mortal 2.
Did he not
there
cherry
another
big Quiver Race also?
Oh, you're right, Quibble Race. Dang. Okay, so this is the last one.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's
Quibble
good.
Race.
You're so right. Quibble Race is a great choice for a chariot, unironically, I think, but you don't see it a lot because a lot of players don't want to open Quibble Race.
Yeah.
That's so sad. Quibble Race is literally so fun.
And ship
You might
part's
have-
there.
Inadvertently converted me, though, because after that game I played with Tough Race, I feel like a god. I'm like, I can do anything.
Both players, by the way.
Feel like you can do anything?
Both
I'm
players,
like,
by the way,
huh.
talked to their thing in Pilot Quest to make sure it counted, and I think that's cute.
Yeah. That is very cute. You're right. I like that. I like that they talk to the ship part just now to be like, you're a ship part, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you are. Oh my god, we're going back into Campanile for 20,000 points!
No.
Oh, it's a heartbreaker.
Marshmallow, you already did this!
That's a bummer. You really can't blame the player too much for this. I mean, your attention is
Yeah.
on so many things at once. I can't blame her for not having the bandwidth to not notice the 20k as well, although it does suck.
On
Yeah.
the bright side, if you were hitting every single enemy, then the points rack up pretty quickly, and Marshmallow is good at Campanile, we have just seen.
And I think you hit the nail on the head, because exactly what you're describing is the difference we're seeing between this and the other run. If we saw this, like, or let me rephrase that. Now that I see this, it definitely tells me, okay, that's maybe why she wasn't getting some of the coffees and stuff earlier, because she just wasn't thinking about it. Like, this is where our mind is set on right now.
Yeah. And honestly,
Yeah.
it's not going to
I
be that
imagine-
big of a time loss. She, like Vanilla was saying, she's good at Campanella, so like even takes a
probably-
couple deaths or whatever, probably get through halfway through World 2 maybe.
Probably no more than 5 minutes if I'm gonna guess
Yeah.
invested in this.
I imagine we're going to see another very impressive run of the Stage 8 bonus game right now.
I thought you were talking about Waldorf for a second, and I got excited that you knew something I didn't.
Go DVD logo, go. You can
Well,
bounce
Hunter
into the
right now is
corner.
also quite good.
Like, y'all don't know about the secret Waldorf bonus game?
I found out the other day while watching someone stream that there's apparently a secret Waldorf sign if you like ride a really high squid all the way to the top left of the corner.
Oh, yep. It's a developer message, I believe.
Yeah, but it's
I
like
wanted
behind
to
the
see
HUD on like 0% if you're like all the way into the top left corner. It's pretty picky, but it definitely is there.
It
Yeah,
has
that
to
is
be a
thing.
higher squid than usual.
Yeah, it's got to be one of the ones that are like at the very, very top of the screen. And that was an exceptionally clean cherry.
Yeah.
Yep, very nice.
Beautiful
Don't
dwarfing.
even need that last shell.
Wouldn't be surprised to see a Flick check time after this one.
Canvas would be proud. And
Yeah,
that
that's 4 cherries.
is
Good
for
job.
charity.
Very nice.
Boom. Now
Yep.
that leaves the only possible bingo as row 1 for Flick. And doesn't Flick have some progress in Porgy right now?
Yes.
Although it looks like we're going in the party house. So.
We are going into Party House, however.
Oh, okay, we're doing it. We're pushing
The
we're
mortal
pushing
goal.
Okay, yay.
This is honestly a pretty fast goal if you know how to life grind and stuff. I think I've seen people do this in 2 levels, but you normally need 3.
You can do it. Yeah, you can do it in 2 levels. I swear I always do this one with exactly 50 lives on level 2 where the pig platforms are.
Yeah.
Ooh, parachute jump. Let's go.
Yeah, this has been a very close back and forth race. And honestly, both players are playing like very, very clean games. I think the only like quote-unquote mistake is that Marshmallow is doing this Campanella goal when she's already done it. But like even then, that's not really a bunch of a mistake.
Yeah,
We're
you're right, though. I
Probably
think
about
this is
to
like
see
the-
it in a minute.
Yeah.
Just think typing to everybody.
Playing bingo.
Is girl power totally untouched? Yes.
No.
We dipped into Cyber Owls for like a second, but it was for the gift and the rescue minigame.
Oh, no,
Yeah, we
you're
also went in the Magic Garden for 2 seconds, but I think it was for just the
right.
gift
Beverage
as well
potion.
and the beverage. So
A little unfortunate of a stone there in Mortal 2. You're gonna have to waste a life blowing it up, but you can at least get some guys out of this here if you time it right. Yeah.
yeah,
We did
Yeah,
also get to
Flick
see a
would be sure.
parachute jump from Flick, which is pretty cool.
I know. Now don't be a coward, Flick. Show me the spike jump. Give me the frame perfect trick, like right now, right here, right now. I've done it one time, and it was no joke comedically when I said, watch, I'm gonna get this on my first try. And then I got it on my first try, and then proceeded to never get it again. As I tried for 10 minutes.
Aren't video games the best?
They are the best.
So now that I'm looking at the remaining spaces on the board, this could come down to a party house race, which I'm very excited about.
I would love
Me too.
I would love that. I I want that so bad.
I'm not good at Party House, but I do like it a lot.
I'm also not very good at Party House, but I love Party House.
My wife and I have spent quite a lot of time in Party House, so if it comes down to that, we should be fine. I do think beat any 3 of the 5 default scenarios is probably the longest space on the board left. I guess
Yeah.
depending on how you feel about combat ants. What was that stone drop? What?
Unfortunately, yeah, that was a.
He like
Not
clipped
cute.
into the wall and then like stoned through the floor, which I didn't even think that was possible.
I'm wondering if that was on purpose. Like, I
It
actually don't know.
seemed like he was trying to go for an arrow in the wall, and then like I guess as he arrowed into the wall, he like my guess is that he went into stone and then like clipped into the wall a bit, but that was really weird.
Yeah, that was kind of bizarre. Huh. UFO 50, it'd be funny.
Yep.
That was really funny. We accidentally jumped over. He's trying to get back. He's like, wait. Oh, it's so nice saving a life using the parachute jump at the beginning.
I know it.
I actually really like this goal because I feel like the life grinding in Mortal is kind of an underrated part of this game.
Oh, it's so cool.
That was a very like smart move. Sorry, I'm also like I'm not a mortal head, so this is all like very whoa.
Yeah.
So well, if you think it's true.
So, cool thing about Mortal 1, I guess for those that don't know, every 3 enemies you kill, you get a life. So if you're efficient with your like blowing up of stuff, you can sometimes like sacrifice a life and then get that life back immediately if you happen to kill enough enemies at the same time. Flick is also really good at doing parachute jumps, which you can like jump out of your descent as you're falling down and kind of save a life or two trying to build like a staircase of stuff up.
It's shockingly helpful, the parachute jump. Like, you don't think it's that helpful because you're like, oh, you know, I'm already going down as I'm floating across the screen. How much can it help? But you'd be surprised because 90% of Mortal is moments like perfect timing, like this, where you just gotta put down a guy or two, like waste a life just to go over a tiny hill.
Yeah. Smart stone there, though, to build up the kill meter a little bit more.
Okay, we're at 19,300 points with 15 lives to
Did
go.
have to dip into
Looking for the
stage 3, but I think that's okay.
Yeah, this is okay. Thankfully, you don't
Damn.
have to
Oh, so close.
conserve your lives. You just have to earn the points.
Yeah, got 15
should
lives
just
to get an
gain
extra
it.
200 points, so should be good.
And thankfully, I love it when there's no leaderboard thing when I'm playing
Yeah.
Campino. I'm like, oh, thank God. I
Yeah.
have to just run into the wall 3,000 times. Thank you.
Yep. Speaking of, there is Campanella 20,000 points.
Beautiful. Very
Hey,
good. I'm glad that
We're
she
going to
did
the party
that.
house right away.
Let's go.
Nice. Very nice.
This could be a strategy here where I was gonna say could be a strategy where like make a little bit of party house progress and then do another game. So like if it did come down to it, you at least already have like a game of party house up over Flick.
It's true. Those are my favorite moments in bingo when people do the layaway plan and get a little installment going. That's why I like Pilot Quest. That's why I like the general goals like Girl Power.
Yeah. You can even do it on a lot of the Grimstone goals too, because a lot of it is just kind of grinding
Sure.
until you reach a certain level.
I have done that before and snipe people out of that purely by getting one level early and then coming back to it.
Yeah.
Hell, I would love to know, like, if we had more data somehow on this. There's like no real way we could do this easily, but I would love to know how much it actually matters when players like undust a game and then come back to it later. Like, I kind of mean, but sometimes I'm like, you know what? Maybe it actually is the strats sometimes.
Yeah, I think there's honestly a lot of interesting back and forth you can do. Meanwhile, I can't see. I forgot how to get rid of the live thing. I'm almost certain that Flick has enough lives for this, but
Yeah.
exactly. Oh, exactly 50. There you go.
Exactly. Oh man.
Like Guri was saying, somehow you always end this goal with exactly 50, and I'm not really sure how.
And I was thinking of 1C, so I'm slower than what Flick does. But yeah, you can do that incredibly tight.
That was incredibly tight indeed.
Combat ants, we're here.
Okay. Interesting. So we're gonna go beat Surprise, a very infamous level in Combat Ants for casual playthroughs.
I also just saw that Campanella 3 beat wave, or 4 waves 100% is still completely untouched, and that's a little surprising to me now we're into this match.
It's true. It's true. Surprise is easy peasy. Well, maybe for you. Maybe for you. It seems easy peasy, and then I go to do it, and I'm like, it feels like it's not doing what it did last time. I'm like, what's going on?
And that's one towards girl power.
When the engine gets going, I do find myself, like, sort of, dare I say, engaged in the combat, but when it's not, I'm like bashing my head against the wall.
Smo says, I know Flick doesn't like either Porgy or Camp 3, as his playoff match is coming down to Porgy and Camp 3.
Yeah, well, so I don't think Smo was here for the beginning, but we did get some progress. I think we have like a third of Lamia's health gone.
Yeah, we have all the power-ups that we probably need and like a third of Lamia's health gone, so Flick has, like, more or less has that goal already, but...
So that's great. I mean, we were just talking about goals that you sort of do that with, and that's a very topical example. If that ends up mattering, Flick will have at least 30% roughly progress over Little Miss Marshmallow if it comes down to that square.
Yeah.
And it very well could be, although we are in Surprise, so we're already sniping girl power.
Yeah, I mean, girl power is being worked towards and Combat Ants is being worked towards with neither player contesting it, so it's either going to come down to a Camp 3 race, a Porgy race, or a Party House race, it's looking like.
I would love, again, Party House. That would be great. But it's probably going to come down to Porgy.
I do...
You definitely don't see a Camp 3 race a lot. I don't think I've ever seen that happen, especially for that square. That's probably I think that's the medium or even the easy square.
Yeah, I can't remember if the 0% or 100% is, like, technically harder.
I think 0% is harder, I would assume.
It's funny because I actually think 100% is harder to get 4 waves done in, but I think I'm in the minority on that one.
I've heard a couple people say that.
I like almost always mess up the 4th wave
so.
and 100%, and then you're like stuck either like determining if you want to do wave 2 or stage 2 for 100% of a level.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. I think 0% is easier because you just lay off the fire button until you get to the boss.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a really cool, like, sort of, I guess, I don't want to say trade-off. Like, it's cool that you get that. You either do the 0% where it's more quote-unquote guaranteed because you're not going to have to worry about the nuances of getting everything, but it's also, like, for me, it's kind of hard. I find it really hard to dodge the enemies in Camp 3 and not just beat the crap out of everything.
No, yeah, I totally agree. I also have difficulty dodging everything, especially those guys, like, yellow ones that go up and down. I have a hard time dodging.
Oh,
yeah.
Like the sort of spike block looking guys?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's weird because you kind of have to, like, think, like, exactly where they're going to be as they actually hit your, like, plane of the screen, which is kind of hard to plan against.
Yep.
Well, this is going to be a bit interesting maybe for the next 5 to 10 minutes because we have Surprise, which is, well, it's Surprise. It's a notoriously funny level.
Oh, got all the ants chasing already, though. Just got to be careful to not keep the chase going once they actually have the little honeydew. Alright, I mean, 1 got away, but if you get 3 chasing you, that's not bad.
6 waves in the gym is cat.
Oh, but they broke apart.
Thing either.
Yeah, I'm not very good at fist hell, so I don't even think I've gotten the gift in it yet, but isn't Cat, like, not also, like, the person you'd normally play fist hell as anyway, so...
Correct, yeah. This goal, infamously, is kind of here to bring more character diversity to Fist Hell, because otherwise everybody would just be playing as Leon S. Kennedy or freaking Jay all the time, so...
Yeah. Is there a reason, by the way, why Girl Power doesn't let you use Amy for this? Or is it, like, just...
It's because Smo specifically wanted more people to use Cat.
Okay.
Yeah. Plus, we have an Amy square, I guess, right? So...
Yeah, I was gonna say, I guess Amy
also,
gets her own general goal.
Square, which makes you use Amy.
Yeah.
You get a little bit of everything. I like Amy way more than... Actually, who do I like more? Who has more strength, Cat or Amy?
I think it's Cat. Isn't Amy,
okay.
like, at base, like, fairly weak in terms of power.
I was gonna say, I think
Yeah.
Amy's thing is that she throws well, which isn't like super helpful most of the time in this.
Yep.
Yeah, what I assume Amy is there for is this game has co-op, right? Am I crazy, Fisto?
Yes.
It does, right? Okay, yeah, I would assume it's there for the co-op experience because a grappler helps get enemies off of your buddy and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
If you beat Fist Hell co-op with someone without continuing, do you still get the cherry for it?
Repeat that?
Oh, Smo answered it. But if you beat Fist Hell co-op but don't use the continue, I guess you still get the cherry for it.
Oh yeah. Co-op games count towards cherry progress.
Nice, that's surprised down.
Also, there's the weird note I just always mention is Bushido Ball. I think is the only game you can change the settings on and get cherry for some reason. I don't know why that
Oh,
is
we got
the
a
case.
disconnect from Little Miss Marshmallow.
Oh, did we?
Oh, she like
Oh, I see
disconnected
it,
from
but
the
she just
bingo
marked
sync
the
chat,
square off.
but yeah, she just marked a square off, so I guess it's fine.
Maybe she disconnected on PC. No, but I don't know.
Well, she's not moving now.
Do we pause?
I'm gonna give it a second just to make sure. Yeah, it looks like CO's already getting on flick. I think so. I think we might have to pause.
Okay, we'll just chill here for a sec. Timer's at 1:10.
Because unless she's really in the tank on these last 3 squares, I think there's probably an issue. Okay. Hold on.
Okay, it looks like
Okay.
it's... Okay. So that was only like 30 seconds, so I'm glad I didn't stop the timer for it, but...
Yeah, I kind of hoped Marshmallow would have said something in the chat before she started again, but that's okay.
It looks like her connection's still a little laggy here since we're seeing the thing, but... Yeah, an hour in and 22 spaces marked is pretty wild.
It is definitely cracked. Both players have been playing their hearts out, and it's clear because we're also tied for points.
Looks like Marshmallow knows that the party house goal might take a little while, so why not go into Campanella 3 and get this quick square?
Nice.
Who knows, depending on how long, if they Flick decides to go back out and go back to Porgy after a party or two, who knows? Marshmallow has an opportunity to slide in and snipe the Porgy boss. It's not out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, I mean, 3 scenarios in Party House can take a while, so there's definitely enough time to be able to do that, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Although I guess if you're Flick, you actually probably do the thing we were talking about earlier at that point and just dip back into Porgy and probably get the progress after you see Marshmallow mark off that camp space.
Yep.
Yeah, you probably do. Because, even though, yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see, because I think if it comes down to that, Flick is still in a slightly better position, even though it's looking likely that Marshmallow is probably going to get the 12th point first.
Since we're working
Likely.
under playoff rules, they are still evenly tied.
Yes.
Yep. 100%.
Who gets the square first doesn't matter so much as who gets the next one.
Yeah, very clean stuff. Approaching the end of wave 3 here very shortly.
Maybe
Boom.
Handy
Just-
getting all of those.
Yeah.
All of the guys.
Wave 4
And this-
is the hardest, 100%, I think, because you got to kind of deal with both those guys and these kind of
Yeah.
big walls of stuff.
It looks really easy to miss just
Oh
one
my
hit.
god.
That was clean.
That was so close. It might be tough to get all these purple guys here.
I think she got
like
him.
we have done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just this
Nice.
last little square of stuff. Do you have to beat the boss for
very
this, or
nice.
did you just mark it off
No.
now?
You
Yeah,
just stick
okay.
with the waves.
They just mark it off. That's it.
Alright.
That was
That was
so quick. Chat
very fast.
telling us
All right.
why the player should have done that way earlier.
So potentially a party house race, but if it does come down to this party house square, well, no, I guess if it comes down to this party house square, Marshmallow gets it. It doesn't matter that Flick has progress in Porky. So this will be pretty interesting here, because if Flick gets this space, he does have like a pretty solid advantage over Marshmallow for the Porky space. But that might not even end up mattering. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, this is kind of crazy because if Flick gets it, then we're down to Porky race, baby.
And I don't know how many stars. Guessing it, Flick has 3 stars because otherwise he would have just genied the other one in. But should pretty much be good here, I think.
I think this must actually be just 2 stars for Flick so far, because if that was the case, wouldn't he have genied the 3rd one in?
Oh, I thought I saw 3, but maybe it was only 2. If there are only 2 at this point, I think you gotta just double dip and kind of pivot into a double dinosaur here. Okay, there's 2.
Hit him with the old double dino.
Yeah, so it looks like he needs 1 more. I think you probably still just, yeah, you don't have enough for a genie anyway, so just Dino and Counselor probably.
Is that the first,
No, the Counselor!
is this the first scenario beaten for Flick, or?
It's the first scenario for Marshmallow, and it's scenario 3 for Flick.
Oh, well, there you go.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
well, alright, that's fine.
That's the game.
Tutor into tutor into tutor into thing. So
Wait,
Alright.
no, that's the first one.
Yeah, no,
No,
you
it's
gotta
the
beat
first.
3 of the 5, so...
you scared the crap out of me. I was like, wait, what? What? I was
So,
like,
yeah.
Flick just did 3 scenarios that quickly. Holy crap!
Yes, but
Sorry,
I'll
I
have a break in
was-
between.
Oh, Flick just got world record in party now.
Sorry, my
God.
bad. I need to.
Beefed it. I porked it. I chickened it. I ducked it.
I haven't been seeing how Marshmallow's progress has been going, but 10 days and already has an alien looks pretty good, I would say. It's a little hard to commentate 2 different scenarios of Party House because players aren't playing the same ones, but
But they're both also going very fast.
yeah, they're both going fast and they're both quickly playing different ones. Flick's scenario is the one where you're basically going to want to try to get riders or climbers as quickly as possible, depending on what you're going for. You don't have the ability to bartender or like completely break stuff. But it looks like Flick's got some good money generation here anyway, just with the spies.
Shout out to my favorite piece, the plug, or I guess it's called what is is it Private Eye? Is that what
It's
first
Private Eye. the
Yeah.
plug.
I like the plug better though.
It looks a lot. I mean, just the trench coat like makes me think.
I think for the plug they should have a bit more popularity going than that, no?
The plug causes 2 trouble, but everyone really, really likes you, so it's fine.
Yeah. Okay, no, this should be a win for... Yep, there it is.
Alright, that's 1 scenario down. I think
So they're
it's
both on
probably right. It's hard to tell exactly which of the 3 of the 5 default scenarios you want to go with. But I think Best Wishes is definitely up there. The first one's simple enough that you probably want to do it. And
And then the third one...
the third one's probably just not money management, because I think that one's probably the hardest to do fast.
PI is the 2. Okay, that's the spy. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The spy.
Yeah, Best Wishes is for sure on there, because Best Wishes, you basically just build up an engine and kind of break the game, probably more than any of the other default scenarios. And then I think it's pretty even after that.
You know, it's funny. Spies are usually pretty inconspicuous, not wearing like a trench coat and sunglasses, or I guess they do. But I think when I think of spy, I think of someone in disguise.
Well, and it's kind of funny, because when I think of a spy, I would think I would have to pay the spy, not them giving me money, but...
I guess that's true. I didn't think about that.
Like typically, if I hire someone, I have to pay them, but I guess I'm not Amy in Party House, so.
I think that is how that works. I've heard that's how things work. You hire people and you pay them, not the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I was born in that timeline.
Have y'all been to a lot of like house parties? Would you say?
In my college
How many
days, I
house
went to
parties
a
have I gone
couple,
to?
but
Yeah, I think I've been to maybe like one or two.
I mean, we used to have ones at Smash all the time, so I would probably go at least 4 from that alone for me. But outside of that, I don't know. Maybe when you say house party, you're not counting family gatherings, I'm assuming, or
do mermaids show up at your
Yeah,
family
I guess I
gatherings?
wasn't counting them, but if we do count them,
like
then
for
I think-
holidays or something. If we're not counting the obvious like holiday ones, like no specific common celebratory like reason, then I don't know, maybe 10, a little bit less in my lifetime.
Yeah,
I see.
I went to a party school, but it was more like kind of small stuff. Like the beginning of Party House, not the end of Party House.
I have
Yeah.
never been to a party like the end of Party House, and to be honest, I kind of don't want to. I don't think
Oh, those are the ones I have been to. They're wild, but they were also very fun. And
Both players getting busted by the cops, by the way,
Yeah,
which you should
Yeah.
also
good
be
timing.
wary of in real life Party House.
that never happened to me, ever. There was one time when we were walking down the road, and they were asking us because they thought we had open containers, but it never got to a point where any authorities were called. We were not noise nuisances.
I went to
Thank
a
God.
couple
It was the
where
worst.
cops got called and people were. It's kind of funny because in Party House, I feel like when you get the fire department called on you, you're just kind of like disappointed and sad that you like disappointed the fire department. And then when you get the
Yeah.
cops called on you, you're like, God damn it, that wasn't even my fault. I didn't invite all this trouble in.
It's
That's how I feel about
it's true.
real life cops too. I
Meanwhile,
respect the fire department infinitely more.
yeah, looking like Marshmallow is probably going to be good to clear this one. I think she has 3 genies. But Flick is on the 3rd scenario right now and getting to show off Introvert, which is a pretty fun one where you actually want to have small house parties.
Yeah.
Genius.
The thing about Introvert is that it's actually kind of difficult to use them very well, but
Yeah.
I think that if you can, then it's great. Which, this looks to be it.
Yeah, it's a little anti-synergistic because a lot of the time you want to have the big parties and get all the cash and stuff, but like if you happen to just pull like 4 introverts right away and just end the party, it's honestly actually pretty helpful.
Another thing though with introverts is that you have to have a lot of space in order for them
Yeah.
to really do.
Meanwhile, Marshmallow is showing off the beauty of Counselor in that specific scenario because you get to cancel all the trouble and just keep inviting in your dinosaurs. And we are head-to-head on the final scenario, although Flick has like a 20-day advantage. Depending on how slow this gets played, that could potentially not end up mattering, but it looks like Flick is like very slightly ahead here.
I agree. I guess it kind of depends. It comes down to how fast Marshmallow can catch up on this specific scenario.
Yeah. I think they're both actually on the same scenario now, though, so...
Yes, they are.
So...
The introvert is such a cool piece.
Oh no, the reset. That might actually be it.
Oh.
Unless she's able to bust through
Dang it.
scenario 2 fast, but I think that scenario might have actually kind of clinched it there.
That might have been it. Okay, so Flick here is just grinding out some more pop.
Ghost Grandma.
I think that
Let's
might
go.
be 5-star units.
I think so too, but you do still have to pull them.
I was gonna say you still gotta get all of them, but... Yep, there they are.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
That's game.
Boom.
Damn. So that's,
Dang.
No, it's not.
it's not game. It's 12 to 12
not
coming
game,
down to
but-
Porgy.
It's Orgy now, but again, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think this probably is game because Flick does have such a severe advantage here.
Progress in Porgy.
Wild stuff can happen with the Porgy boss, though. Maybe does Marsh think it's game?
Oh, So I actually had this happen to me yesterday, where if you disconnect, like if you're looking at a board and you disconnect and reconnect, it clears all the spaces. So she might have just been trying to figure out honestly what the last space was.
Yeah,
Okay, we're going into
Yeah. Again, I don't think it super matters because Lamia's already at like half health, and Flick is in a much better position to be able to knock her out here.
Yeah, Lamia has gotten stuck at the place where you want her to get stuck. Oh, wait, no.
Well, okay.
Kind of
she's
broke
out of
free,
there.
but that's fine.
She was almost near the surface. She could have gone on land. She could have freed herself, but she went back into the depths.
She likes it there.
She does like it there. She loves being the bane of my existence.
Yep.
And happiness.
There are some people who really just like being kowtowed. Lamia is probably one of them. Oh, but she's
It's true. She's kind of like a dog.
she is kind of dog-like.
She's got teeth. She has a brain, I think. She and I don't mean sharks. I mean Lamia specifically.
No hate to sharks.
I just hate Lamia. I think we lost it.
Oh man.
So that said, Marshmallow, if she gets like incredibly lucky with spawns here, oh, that is close. I think she's still gonna be okay, but that's really close.
She'll be fine. That was close.
Oof.
Barely making it.
Oh, hold on. You didn't let all your fuel refill.
Oh my god,
There's-
that's right.
There's so
I don't
many
know if that
weird
matters,
things in
but-
Porgy. Like, why do you have to sit there and wait?
I don't know. Dude. I feel like it
that
was.
Porky-
They just didn't
the
feel like
submarine.
refining it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think.
Submarine.
Porky the submarine can like decide, I'm done refilling, I don't need any more, and leave.
Yeah. So if Marshmallow is able to get the Buster torpedoes here, it could really just come down to Lamia spawns for this playoff match, which is really funny.
Yeah. Legit.
Because, like, Flick is in a pretty big advantage right now, but also Lamia is not really being very nice to Flick right now.
This is why this square drives me insane. This is my viewpoint. Every time someone's asked me, like, why don't you want to open a board game bingo? I'm like, this is why. Because this is what happens to me. It's just, I'm crying. I'm miserable. I'm waiting for Lamia to show up, and when she does, she's freaking outrunning me. Like Usain bolting away from me as quickly as possible to the top left of the screen. Like, it's just insane.
Oh man.
I think my favorite, like, kind of screw you part of Porky is those clownfish, though. I've seen a lot of people get screwed over by the clownfish, and, like, as a
They
viewer,
really-
it's really funny.
Some- As a
They're
player,
mad,
it's awful.
Yeah, no, as a player, you're like, alright, I guess I just get to die now. Cool.
Oh, this is so weird. We're so close on Lamia, but we also can't afford to take too many hits, so we're gonna have to redo some of the progress. Although, maybe this is it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. Ah, Lamia has been destroyed. That is a blackout. Which means
Alright.
Flick
Is the winner
taking the last square and is the winner of this game.
of tonight's match.
Oh,
In a 13-12 game. Goddamn. Great job, y'all.
GG's to both. That was incredible.
what was the time on that?
That was like 125.
Hour 25 blackout.
An hour 25 blackout, and that also included a pause where Marshmallow's like stream hiccuped for a sec.
Yeah.
Uh,
Wow, that was insane.
Yeah, definitely glad we were able to cast that one because that was wild.
Crazy. Oh wait,
So
I have a
cool.
match right after this.
So, yeah, we gotta
That's a
pick.
lot of adrenaline.
Yeah, great job, Flick. That was awesome.
Well played by both players. My God,
Excellent
that was
work, both of
insane.
you. Truly.
Yeah, GG's to Marshmallow. That was like a crazy game. You played so well.
Yeah, it came
I
down
did
to
not think I was going to win.
it came down to a head-to-head party house race where both of y'all were in like the same party at the same time, and you just had a couple days advantage.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But we were actually
Because
kind of.
I was getting kind of unlucky on the last scenario, I think. So I think I could have potentially failed, and that might have decided the game.
Yeah, it really did come down to if you were able to get that, because if you did fail, Marshmallow had to restart slightly after that, but then would have had the advantage going into the next party of having started it earlier. But very good game, very back and forth the entire time, and y'all should definitely both be proud of that because that was very well played.
It was fascinating, like genuinely very interesting. Pilot Quest, both of you got a Pilot Quest square, which was funny to be, and like it actually ended up mattering a lot in this match.
Yeah, it looks like someone in chat mentioned the Campanella mistake might have decided it. I forgot that happened, but that was a couple of minutes of time lost that ended up actually like severely mattering in the end.
Yeah, and for context, so Marshmallow, just so you know, you're probably maybe aware of hearing that now. You did have the 20K when you had finished the 20 lives one. Our assumption was that you were going in for the double square, and we saw you mark off one. Then we thought maybe you were delaying it, but I'm assuming it was either missed or maybe we just thought we didn't have enough points.
Yeah. Either way, like
yeah.
in terms of time, it only cost a couple of minutes, but that couple of minutes obviously ended up mattering pretty big at the end of the game. So either way,
She's
I'll-
saying that
kinda
I started
tragic.
looking for other squares after getting Campanella 20 lives and then saw the point goal. I see. Sorry to cut you off.
thank you.
Yeah, that's really tragic. Like, I've had that before where I think, I go for one goal and I just tunnel vision and I don't notice there's like another goal that has crazy synergy with it, but I've only ever done that with very short goals. To accidentally not notice you finished a pretty hard goal, well, a pretty long goal is
and like
sad.
in Marshmallow's defense, I think she got the 20 lives with like 20,100 points or something like that. So I think what ended up happening was most likely she saw that space and then saw the Campanella score 20k later, but then didn't remember if she'd actually scored 20k or not.
Oh.
Now, unfortunately, if you had like
only-
a leaderboard one, it would help, because if you had an incentive to put in your leaderboard, then at least you would be like, oh, okay, I can go back and double check if I got it. But sadly, there's no leaderboard scores here, so you didn't have an opportunity to do that.
Because if that happened, then you just check the leaderboard. and
Yeah,
you're
you
like,
just
"Oh,
go to
I
high
made
scores
it."
and see that you had one.
There you
It
go.
very
Yeah.
honestly, there's like a lot of really interesting things in this game that happened, so I'm definitely glad that we were able to cast it all.
I finally got Quibble Race gold on a board. I'm so happy.
You got.
I was like,
Yeah, you got a
Really?
cherry.
Cherry, yeah.
That was awesome.
Which, it's Quibble Race, but still, it's cool that I got to see some Quibble Race, and I was happy.
Rank just mentioned in chat, secret tech, check the box and let the commentators decide if you got it.
I
Which,
do that
like,
all.
which, like, honestly, like, as long as you're not doing it
Forbidden
all the
tech.
time, I don't mind having to validate if you actually got a space or not.
I'm sorry, I do it.
No, I mean, it's
That's
fine. Like, honestly,
The only
if
reason I try to avoid that is because if I'm a player that the second I see a square gets marked off, I like frame one, like, all right, I'm out of there. So
Yeah, and I mean,
can
honestly,
see some situations like that.
yeah, like I tried to avoid it, but sometimes if you're not sure if you got it, but you think you might have gotten it, it's probably worth just marking it off. Worst case scenario, the commentator marks it again and just says no, but
Yeah, exactly.
that's hard to know, especially when you're at like the heat of the game and stuff. So definitely get it.
I mean this in a very good way. I don't really have that many notes I've taken like I do with some matches, because this was just like lightning fast, clean. I mean, the biggest hiccup was that maybe the Campanella thing, and even then,
Even then that was like
not
what,
like-
4 minutes, 5 minutes maybe.
Well,
yeah,
Both
but
players
even
did
then,
extremely well.
the board was practically even the entire time, and Miss Marshmallow was down right off the get-go, 2 squares to 0 with you, Flick.
Mm-hmm.
She did a great job of coming back and keeping the pace for the rest of the match.
Yeah, both.
I was losing like for a lot of that game.
Yeah, no, it was legit. It was scary.
Also, I just gotta say, I don't think my Porgy boss fighting was the best. That's probably the worst that I did. It took me, like, I did get the goal in the end, but it took me quite a long time.
You
I
got
know
a
there
little-
was, like a
You got a little
a
unlucky with how
strategy
she
where
was.
you like Lamia gets trapped somewhere, but I don't know how to do it. I couldn't get it to work. Gonna have to study up on that goal, I think.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, what was happening to you, I feel like, is what happens to me every time I go for that goal. Is I just go in and I'm like, what's going on? Why is she doing this? Stop doing this, please cooperate. Please.
Yeah, that's pretty much every
like,
time we
the
battle.
moment I start up the game, I'm getting my first 2 fuel tanks. Immediately she appears. It's like, why? just like wait 5 minutes and then I'll fight you. Just let me get my resources and then I'll be ready. But no, I just instantly die.
Yeah, it's crazy. What else? One. This is actually one of the notes I made on my paperwork here. Marshmallow, I don't know if any of us have seen any other player, I haven't at least, do the mini and max goal the way you did it, and I actually think it was surprisingly quick. Very cool.
It like honestly seemed just as fast as doing it the cheese way, but you also had like added synergy of potentially getting a gift off of it and stuff, so that was cool.
Yeah, I liked it. Because for reference, she did the method where you go, wow, wait, you get like a bunch of shinies, right? And then
yeah, so she went to the shiny deposit in the books or whatever, where you got to like break past the knights and stuff. Got like 70 shinies and then like paid for it the way that you're supposed to open the gates. And she had like cool tech where she like grabbed a block and basically just like put it down on like the main overworld and then teleported down almost like directly to the city without having to like climb over to it and anything. So
it was awesome.
Yeah,
genuinely really cool. Pilot Quest also very good. Like I was worried for a bit that maybe Marshmallow, you were like, oh, I'm not gonna go back in the Pilot Quest because Flick already had the friend one, but I'm very glad you actually stuck through with it, because that was another square for you, and that was just like, I want to say a freebie, but it was like it was there for you to take, and you took advantage of it. And also both of you Theo, tell them the funny little quirk that both players did that we were happy to see in Pilot Quest. Remember with the villager, the friend?
Oh, right. So both of you completed a Pilot Quest goal where you ended up like talking to the thing that you were supposed to, and it like Flix was like, you made a friend, and the friend's whistling or whatever, and then Marshmallow's was like, you got a ship part, the ship part does whatever. But it was like a really like kind of cute way to actually verify that y'all actually got the goals that you were supposed to get.
That's wholesome.
Yeah. It didn't end up costing any time or anything. Yeah.
You heard the it's the whistle.
Yeah, the least you can do is talk to them. They just work for you all day, you know?
That's true.
You just hired them to come here. At least say hi.
I joked, I'm like, we should change the square to read talk to a friend at the crash site.
Yeah, I think we should, because honestly, it doesn't take any longer, and it's also cuter.
It is cuter, and like, I mean, you get confirmation, you get an audio cue.
Yeah, like if you don't know how to hire a quote-unquote friend, I guess that's definitely...
I was gonna say, not that you really need it, because the guy, you know, materializes thin air in front of you, so that's probably confirmation enough.
Yeah.
But...
Cool.
Wow. I mean, I've said this already, but I mean this genuinely. I don't have many notes to say because it was just so clean. It was just like, you guys were doing your goals. I mean, who even had, like, did anybody even have a major time loss, like, once? Did anybody even die in a game?
Like, honestly, I don't remember. Like, I think y'all, like, when you went for a goal, you just got that goal. Let's look real quick.
Yeah, I don't think there was a single one. The only one I want to say, Flick, is, you did level 3 for Block Koala, which was very funny. I don't think most people do that one because it takes so long.
Yeah, didn't end up actually mattering though, because you ended up using it for the beat 4 levels in 5 games thing anyway. So
yeah,
you beat Mortal in 2 levels. It's kind of embarrassing
because I opened level 2 and I remembered. I don't remember how to do this level. I know it's very easy, but I don't remember.
That happens in Block Koala.
I do remember how to do level 3, so I just went to level 3. I was just
don't sleep. Don't sleep on Block Koala thing.
Yeah, I'm looking through the board.
They're mixing people up out here.
I think the only thing that even required like a restart at all was Gulf Area, and that was like 1 restart, I think.
Oh yeah, I was curious if you were like, because it looked like you had a lot of strokes, but you were resetting, and I didn't know if you were going for the checkpoint or not for the breaks, but.
So it's just because I thought I was gonna run out, like when I did finally get the breaks, like I think I only had like 5 strokes left, and I got there with like a lot of strokes, so I was just worried about it. Like a lot of the things on the way to the breaks can be a huge pain, so
makes sense to me.
Just had to get into the zone as well, because it's been a while since I practiced Golf Ario. So.
Yeah.
Oh, one last thing actually. I only say this. Hopefully it will put things into perspective for Marshmallow. Marshmallow, you were playing Amazing Bug Hunter, and this is obviously no diss on you, Flick. Flick just got bombarded floors. So like, what are you gonna do? Like, that's just how the game goes out sometimes. Like, I mean, I was just kind of like, oh, okay, well, this is over. Like, that square's done for.
I was gonna reset for it, but you know, if the game's willing to give it to me first time, then sure.
It is crazy how strong it is. Like, it just cannot be understated. Or overstated, rather. It can be understated.
You know, I was a bit worried at first because on the first day, there were no blue bugs whatsoever. So I was like, oh no. And then I got the Armadons, and I was like, oh no, this is going to be a hard seed. Do I have to reset? But then it worked out.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happened. I looked over and I was like, oh, where did all these floors come from? Okay, well, here they are.
You know, one thing that I'm curious about is Campanella 3 clear 4 waves 100%. So I didn't go for that goal because I'm pretty bad at it, to be honest. Yep. But I was surprised that it stayed open for so long. Because normally if there's like an easy goal that I'm bad at, my opponent just picks it up quickly anyway, and I don't need to worry about it. But then it got to like the final 4 squares of the game, and it's still open.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, oh no, me being bad at Campanella 3 is going to decide the game.
Yeah, we were a little surprised on that too, especially since Marshmallow kind of just dipped in and then immediately did it. She's not on mic, so I can't confirm, but my guess would be that given how long it was on the board, she maybe felt safe to just kind of leave it on the board until she really needed to tie it up.
Yeah, I'm assuming if I'm in her head, I'm probably thinking like, well, if it was going to get taken, it would have get taken by now.
Yeah.
It's so, you know, they're probably not comfortable in Camp 3.
The fun back and forth mind games of hoping your opponent is leaving a space open because they're not good at it instead of just hadn't seen it yet.
Yeah. Boy. Very fun. I personally don't have anything else to add. I don't know if Marshmallow wants to give any closing statements, if you want me to vocalize them for the stream or chat, but
either way, fantastic game. Really looking forward to watching that one back on the highlights and stuff. Let me just, I guess, check the...
I thought it was for perfecting 4 levels, and then I looked again and realized how easy it was, says Marshmallow. Well, I mean, in a way, you're not wrong, because that's basically what you did. You basically perfected 4 levels. You didn't die. You got every single enemy. Yeah, you can do it 0 or 100% for those waves to get that. I personally am not good enough to get the last one. I always have to go into level 2, I feel like, but...
Yeah, depending on how efficient you are, as we all saw, it's definitely possible to get it quick, but I typically need to at least get 3 levels, if not 4. But yeah, great job to both of you. Very fun game. I gotta get set up for Vanilla's match in like 10 minutes, but...
Yeah, who's commentating that? Do you need me to stay with you?
If you want to. I was just gonna take a quick break and stuff, but if you want to hop on and stay around for it, feel free.
Yeah, is it just you and Vanilla right now?
So it's Vanilla's match, so it would just be me.
Vanilla's match?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you want a co-commentator, I'll join you.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break. I'll be back. It starts in like 10 minutes or so, so I'm just going to put it on the beer.
If it's 5, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to grab some chicken wings.
Yeah, sounds good. Go ahead and grab some food. Viewers will be back in about 10 minutes. I'll put up the BRB and start setting up the other stream in the background and stuff, so be right back.
All right. Sounds good.
Oh, I guess it's my time to head out.
Yeah, what time is it where you are?
It is 10:53, so not too late.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah, nice and early.
I mean, I've played a lot of 3 a.m. bingo, so this is pretty chill.
I was going to say getting to bed at an actual hour tonight.
I prefer to do my bingo at 2 a.m. usually. Like my time.
Honestly, I kind of like it too. There's something different about early morning bingo.
I don't know, I feel less anxious when I do it at night.
Bingo when the sun's
That's
out.
just me. Damn, that was a crazy game. I genuinely cannot believe that Campanella Square is what it came down to.